Welcome to the Founders Series. Myself, Hitesh Saklani from Xtrawrkx, and today we all gather here in the Hyderabad for the first pre-summit on Summit Mixture 2026. And with us is the Harshin, who's the co-founder of the Allev. Welcome, Harshin.
Thank you.
So, can you give a introduction about yourself?
Hi, I am Harshin. I am an automotive nut. I've been in the industry for over a decade now, started my journey with Mahindra and Mahindra, built a couple of startups building electric vehicles, and now I'm fixing them.
That's wonderful. So, what gap or problem in the EV6 ecosystem inspired you to start Allev?
Essentially, prior to this, I was building a startup where we were building electric vehicles, and we were inside a cloak in a manner that in technology or in a lot of technical startup space, you're trying to build things. But if you don't build things for the people for whom you're building for, or you're not with the public whom you're trying to build for, you kind of lose the sense of the reality. And that's what essentially happened with our prior startup. And I teamed up with one of my associates. He is a school buddy, and we started this company because he had just exited from a EV dealership, burnt his hands, and me as well, trying to build a lot of technology. We realized that there's much to do on the ground where the users are still not aware of how EV works, or a lot of nuances in terms of how EVs are different from ICE vehicles. And that's what made me start All EV along with my co-founder, where we started educating, we started fixing the problems, we started connecting the dots to build the next generation of experience for EV users.
That's wonderful to know. So, what surprised you to the most during your initial phase of operations?
Well, the most surprising thing about Olive when we started operations with Olive was we saw a huge demand. We saw our revenues grow 10x in a span of 2 or 3 months. And that was a sure shot indication as to how large the market is. That is where we understood okay, there's a gap in the market that needs fixing. There is a user in the market who has literally forgotten what a fuel station is. He has literally forgotten what a service center is. So that is where we started coming in, trying to add more value to the after sales experience of EV users, because generally this is the saying for when an electric vehicle is sold, आप गाड़ी खरीद लो, इसको सर्विस की जरूरत ही नहीं है. And that is where that was a turning point for us, where we started engaging with EV users, trying to educate them, trying to bring them down, trying to align them that this is how your EV will last the longest.
So, how does all EV reflect the spirit of making India in its design, technology, and service to EV?
So I would have to break the ceiling over here, trying to speak the truth. See, majority of the EV industry is still dependent on a lot of Chinese components. I would directly go about saying Chinese. I wouldn't say like it's Southeast Asian, but it is. It is what it is. A lot of the dependency is still on a lot of imported components, but we see a difference in the market. That we see a shift in the market where a lot of the manufacturers, they are providing quite better components which are made in India. But that user education would happen from some frontline person like us, like Ollie. That's what we are educating the people about. That see, boss, it's not about just replacing of spares. It's about getting warranty for these, and these are provided by some Indian manufacturers only, and that is what you should depend upon. And that is what we are trying to build. We are trying to stigmatize the public as to this is what you would get. This is where you would have a product which you will hold for 5 to 6 years, not a product which will just stay for 2 or 3.
What role do you think all EV plays in inspiring other Indian entrepreneurs in the EV space?
When we say all EV, it's not about like a service franchisee or service organization or something. We speak about experience. We speak about how EV users or anybody who's into the sustainable mobility space move. So Allev doesn't just stand for a service outfit, but it is the experience in the fullest. And this is what we are collaborating. So we have collaborated with multiple OEMs like Ather. We have collaborated with Because. We have also collaborated with rental companies like Bijli Ride. So fundamentally, what we are looking at is we want to collaborate with anybody who wants to take this vision forward, who wants more and more people to move sustainably. So for entrepreneurs, we are open to collaborate. Our spaces are open for anybody to experiment and showcase this to our users, and we will take it forward.
So, are you planning to expand beyond Telangana into other Indian states or globally?
Of course, that is definitely something that we are looking forward to. Although this is where our roots are, Hyderabad is where we are from. We are starting. So we are starting right now. We are just hardly 8 months old.
Okay.
So there's a long journey ahead, but definitely we have a lot of demand coming in from Noida, from Gurgaon, from Bangalore, from Chennai. So there's a lot of demand coming in, but we want to stick to our fundamentals first before we spread our wings. That's what we're doing now.
Sure. So, can you tell us the vision of Allev for the upcoming next 5 to 10 years?
All right. So, see, I would love to stay in the present, but yes, we do have some plans for the next 5 years. We see a lot of surge in demand for after sales experiences, especially with the EV users. Although they are very small, they are like single digit penetration in the country today. In the next 5 years, we see it to expand across the southern states of India, and we want to take these experience centers across. So that is essentially what we are looking at. We are kind of looking at a very conservative goal as of now, because anything in the short term is generally overblown. So that's what we're focusing on. Let's see how it goes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Harshin. Thank you for joining us today and wish you all the best for your upcoming projects.
Thank you, Hitesh. Thank you for having me.